Friends, a warm welcome in this session of Last Lap to IPMAT 2022. This is the series of session that we are conducting for all of you so that you can do wonderfully good in this examination. So I'm Gourav Gupta and I welcome all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, wherein, like I mentioned, we are running the series Last Lap to IPMAT 2022, and this is the session about logical reasoning score maximizer, and this is the part 1, and part 2 will be conducted in coming days. All right, now the students who are already there in this session and can hear me, can you please confirm if I am clearly audible and visible to all of you? Okay, so I've got a confirmation from the team that I am clearly audible and visible. So friends, we can start this session. Now, before I'll start this session, first of all, I'll present the agenda of this session, what all things we'll be taking in this session. All right. Now, this session is about logical reasoning. So we'll be focusing on the different topics of logical reasoning in different parts of this particular series of sessions, that is Last Lap to IPMAT, Logical Reasoning Score Maximizer. Manoti, Priyanshu, hello, how are you? All right, so let us bring forward the agenda of this session. Now, in this session, we'll be talking about direction senses and blood relations. This is one of the topics that we'll be taking on. The next will be coding and decoding. So there will be some questions on coding, decoding, and then we'll be talking about clocks and calendars. All right. Now, first of all, I'll bring forward some of the very important points that we need to understand, that we need to know about all these topics. So I'll start with that, and then it will be followed by a few questions based on these topics. All right. Okay. Priyanshu, you are saying that I am not visible. So Priyanshu, please refresh your screen. Okay, so now you're saying that it's fine. Great. So this will be the entire agenda for this session. So let us first of all have a quick review about all these topics. Now, if I talk about direction senses, these are a few things that we need to know about the directions. So first is the major directions that we will know. So directions is the information contained in the relative position of one point with respect to the another point, and both the points are in two-dimensional plane. Okay, so we are not talking about three-dimensional planes. Okay, so both the points will be in a two-dimensional plane. The directions may be either relative to some indicative reference or according to like it can be based on, or it can be relative to one person with respect to the other person. All right, now we have four very important directions. These are called cardinal directions or cardinal points, which are north, south, west, and east. Okay, now you will encounter some questions in direction senses wherein you will have to start with the assumption of these directions. Okay, so if you draw a plus sign, I can say that as a convention, we consider that north direction will be at the top, opposite to it will be south, on the left it will be west, and on the right hand side it will be east. So this is one reference frame, this is one assumption that we start in some of the questions. Okay, but there may be other type of questions in which you cannot assume these directions at the beginning of the questions, and you will get to know about the directions at the end of the questions. Okay, so these questions are basically based on the positioning of the sun in morning or in the evening. Okay, so that kind of reference will be given to you, using which you will be able to find out the position of the sun as well as the directions. All right. Harshal, you are saying that IPMAT में LR नहीं आता. Harshal, you are right as well as wrong. So if I talk about IPMAT Indore examination, yes, definitely LR is not a part of that. But we are talking about IPMAT Rohtak examination. So IPMAT के दो examinations होते हैं, IPMAT Indore and IPMAT Rohtak. These are two separate examinations. And for IPMAT Rohtak, logical reasoning section, yes my dear friend, it is very important. Okay, fine. Now after these four directions, you must also know the intermediate directions. So if I talk about north and east, So anything which is between north and east, that means in this quadrant, that will be called as northeast, as mentioned on the screen. So if this is north, this is east, anything between north and east, that means in this quadrant will be northeast. Similarly, between south and east, we call it southeast. Similarly, southwest and northwest. So these are some things that we need to know. Okay, now moving ahead, next thing is about blood relations. So I have drawn a small family tree just for the convenience of all of you. Okay, so if you are the person that is at the middle, which is shown with yellow color, so if this is you, then I have mentioned some of the relations with respect to you. Okay, so person is there. If I'll go one generation above this person, then there can be mother, father, it can be uncle, aunt. So these are the relation that will be one level above me. Okay, another level above will be grandparents. Now mother's mother will be maternal grandmother, mother's father will be maternal grandfather. Similarly, on the father's side, the relations are called paternal relations. So father's mother will be paternal grandmother, father's father will be paternal grandfather. All right, so these are generations above us. Now if I'll talk about at the same generation where I am, so I will have my siblings, which can be brother or sister. I will have my spouse. So if a person is male, the spouse will be female, that is a wife. If a person is female, the spouse will be male, and that is husband. Okay, so at the same generation, it can be siblings, which will include brother and sister. It will include spouse, which will be husband or wife, right? Now, if we'll go one generation below us, then my children will be son and daughter. Okay, so my children, it can be son or it can be daughter. My siblings children, that means mere brother ya mere sister ke jo children honge. Okay, so if I looked at let's say the son of my sibling, so son of my sibling will be nephew. So make sure nephew is a male. Okay. Similarly, daughter of my sibling, मेरी sister की daughter या फिर मेरे brother की daughter will be called as niece, female. All right. So nephew and niece, these two relations should be clear. Now, if I'll go another generation below that, there will be grandchildren. So granddaughter or grandson. So granddaughter, grandson can be the children of my son, or they can be the children of my daughter. All right. So these are important facts that we must know about blood relations. Now moving ahead, talking about calendars, some of the important facts. So if I talk about a leap year will have a total of 366 days, or I can say that it will have 52 weeks plus 2 days. Okay, so 52 weeks to complete honge hi honge. Additionally, there will be 2 days in a leap year. All right. Now, how do I determine whether a given year is a leap year or not? So in a normal scenario, if any year is divisible by 4, then it will be a leap year. So 4 से divisibility check करनी है हमें. However, in case of century years, that means the years which have 00 at their end. In case of century years, it should be divisible by 400 to qualify for a leap year. For example, if I take 1300, 1400, 1500, 1600, these are the century years. Okay. Now, 1300 is not a multiple of 400. So it will not be a leap year. 1400, not a leap year. 1500, not a leap year. 1600 being a century year as well as a multiple of 400 will be a leap year. All right. So this is how we determine whether a given year is a leap year or not. Moving forward, there are 2 extra days. There are 2 odd days in a leap year. Okay, fine. So calendars is all about finding the number of odd days. So that is why we must know the number of odd days. Now, if I talk about any complete year, and if I'll divide the entire year in 12 different months, then we know that the number of days in each of these months, so January will be 31, February can be 28 or 29, similarly March, April, and so on. Okay, so if I need to calculate the number of odd days in every month, so what we'll do is we will divide the number of days by 7 and find the remainder for that. Okay, for example, number of odd days in the entire January will be 31 divided by 7. Look at the remainder and it will be 3. Now February, if I'm talking about the February of a normal year, it will have 28 days. So 28 divided by 7, the remainder will be 0. Or if I'm talking about February of a leap year, then it will have 29 days. 29 को 7 से divide करेंगे, remainder 1 आ जाएगा. All right. Similarly, March 31 days, the number of odd days will be 3. April 30, when divided by 7, remainder will be 2. And so on. You can write the same thing for each of these months because we already know the number of days in each of these months, right? So this is the number of odd days in each of the month of a given year. Moving forward and talking about an ordinary year. So ordinary year, basically, I can say that it will have 365 days. It will have 52 weeks plus 1 day. This is a simple fact we already know. Now there are some questions which will be based on the repetition of a calendar. So basically the questions form will be like a particular year will be given to us and we'll have to find out that in which year immediately after the given year the calendar will repeat. Okay, so we can say that for an ordinary year, for a non-leap year, the repetition of calendar happens either after 6 years or after 11 years, and like 6 and 11 years yahi do answers ho sakte hain. So you just check which of the following options will be basically will satisfy the given condition. Okay, so ordinary year will repeat after every 6 years or 11 years. This is one fact that you can keep in your mind. Next is repetition of a leap year. So in general, a leap year will repeat after every 28 years. Okay, so 2024, अगर 2024 consider करेंगे, 2024 is a leap year. Fine. Now, after how many years will 2024's calendar will repeat? It will repeat after 28 years. So at 28 years, and the answer will be 2052. Okay, fine. So this is when the calendar of a leap year will repeat. But there is an exception for this. The exception is when we are crossing a century year, which is not a multiple of 400. As in when we are crossing a century year, which is not a leap year. Okay, then the calendar will repeat either after 12 years or after 40 years. Okay, so these are some facts must remember about calendars. Okay, now moving forward and talking about clocks, some of the points. So the speed of the minute hand in terms of degrees per minute. So minute hand will cover one complete round. That means minute hand will cover 360 degrees in how many minutes? Yes, minute hand पूरा का पूरा एक circle 60 minutes में cover कर लेता है. Okay, so 360 degrees in 60 minutes. So in 1 minute, it will cover 6 degrees. So the speed of the minute hand will become 6 degrees per minute. Similarly, you can calculate the speed of the hour hand, which will come out to be 0.5 degrees per minute. All right. Next is the relative speed of the two hands, minute hand and hour hand. Relative speed, since they are moving in same direction, the relative speed will be the difference of their speeds, that is 5.5 degrees per minute. So I can say that the minute hand will move at a rate of 5.5 degrees per minute faster as compared to the hour hand. Okay, so difference between the speed of minute hand and hour hand will be 5.5 degrees per minute. So the gap between minute hand and hour hand will either increase or decrease by 5.5 degrees in every minute. Okay, all right. Next is the last point that we need to remember. Yes, Priyanshu, absolutely correct. So people, if you know some of the facts, then you can post these things in the chat box. Okay, and that will be a good indication from your side that you know the concepts. Okay, now the ratio of the speeds of minute hand and hour hand. So minute hand की speed क्या थी 6, hour hand की speed थी 0.5. So if I'll calculate the simplest ratio, it will be 12:1. So the ratio of the speeds of minute hand to hour hand is equal to 12:1. All right. Okay. Now next is about clocks, the angle between the minute hand and hour hand. These are certain facts जो आप याद कर सकते हो, and these may be directly asked in the question paper. So last year's I was studying last year's paper of IPMAT Rohtak, and a direct question was asked on what I'm going to tell you now. So in a period of 24 hours, every angle except 0 and 180 degrees, every angle except 0 and 180 degrees is made 44 times. So 24 hours में हर एक angle 44 times बनेगा, okay, except 0 and 180 degree, right? 0 and 180 degree कितनी बार बनेंगे? 22 times बनेंगे. Okay, you can note down this fact. So in one complete day, every angle will be made 44 times between hour hand and minute hand, except 0 and 180 degrees, which will be made 22 times in one complete day. All right. So this is what I've just said. Two hands meet each other 22 times in a period of 24 hours. So that means 0 degree ka angle 24 hours में 22 times बनेगा. Similarly, you can say about 180 degrees angle. All right. Now, let's look at some questions based on whatever we have just discussed. So the questions will be a mix of clocks, calendars, coding, decoding, directions, and blood relations. All right. So all of you be ready with some rough sheets, one or two rough sheets you can take out, and a pen. And I want each and every one of you to be solving these questions. Okay. All right. So the first question on your screen now, I'll give you a few seconds for every question. So question is in front of you. Which one of the following timings has the angle between the minute hand and hour hand of an analog clock as 100 degree? So इनमें से कौन से टाइम पे angle between minute hand and hour hand will be 100 degrees? Yes, go ahead. Good afternoon, Akansha. You have joined in a little late. We have discussed some of the some of the concepts related to the questions that we are going to do now. So we have just seen some important points to remember, and this is the first question. So any answer for this one? Which one of the following timings has the angle between minute hand and hour hand as 100 degrees? Okay, so Priyanshu says option D. All right. Oh, Priyanshu, don't just answer the thing that you think. Okay, here you need to do calculations, proper calculations. All right. Now, let us first of all have a look at the concept that I'll be using to do this one. Okay, concept behind this. Check karte hain. So, to find out the angle between hour hand and minute hand, we have two formulas, two direct formulas which are similar to each other. So, theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h, and the second formula is theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Where theta is the angle between the hands, m is the number of minutes, and h is the number of hours. Now, which formula to be used in which case? It is simple. So if I'll talk about option A, 335. So you can roughly plot 335, right? So roughly अगर मैं 335 plot करता हूं, so it will be like this. Now listen to this very carefully, huh? Listen to this very carefully now. I have written two formulas. In one of the formulas, m पहले आया है, and in the other formula, h पहले आया है. ठीक है? हाँ? In one of the formulas, m is written first, and in the other formula, h is written first. Now in the diagram, if you look at the positions of hour hand and minute hand, okay, so I can say that hour hand has come first as compared to minute hand. In the figure, hour hand पहले है, minute hand बाद में है. So formula बिल्कुल opposite होगा इसका. Okay, in the formula we'll use the formula in which hour hand is after the minute. Okay, so इस फिगर में आर हैंड की पोजीशन पहले है, सो फॉर्मूले में आर हैंड की पोजीशन बाद में होनी चाहिए. सो विल बी यूजिंग दिस फॉर्मूला टू डिटरमाइन द एंगल. दैट्स इट. सो दीज आर द टू फॉर्मूलाज एंड लेट्स यूज दीज फॉर्मूलाज टू फाइंड द एंगल. सो if I look at the first 335 and apply this formula, theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. So here the value of theta will be 11 by 2 into 35 minus 30 into 3, that is 90. Now this value will come in terms of decimals, so answer cannot be 100. I'm not doing complete calculations for each of them. Okay, so मैंने approximately देख लिया. 11 into 35 divided by 2 will be in decimals. minus 90 करेंगे तो भी decimals में आएगा. Okay, so 335 पे angle ये होगा. Next is 230. So 230, 11 by 2 into 30 minus 30 into 2, that is 60. So this angle will be 11 into 15, that is 165 minus 60, that is 105. So we just missed by 5 degrees. Okay, so again this is not the answer. Third option check करते हैं, 440. So 11 by 2 into 40 minus 30 into 4, that is 120. So 220 minus 120, and that is 100. So 100, I need 100. So the correct answer will be option C. Okay, am I clear, Priyanshu and other students, Shelly, Akansha? So 540 पे अगर एंगल निकालना है, it will be 11 by 2 into 40 minus 30 into 5. So that is 220 minus 150, and it will come out to be 70 degrees. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you. So you can use the direct formula to make your life a little easy. Okay, so the correct answer here is option C, right? Let's move on to the next question, question number 2. All of you should be able to do this question. So Mr. P was born on 29th of February 2016. In the same year, Independence Day was celebrated on Monday. On which day was P born? So an easy question for all of you. Manoti, Priyanshu, Shelly, good. Akansha, keep it up. Harshil, I'm not getting any response from your side. Movies Malik, come on, keep it up. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to move between 29th of February 2016 and Independence Day. Independence Day, अब ये तो पता ही होना चाहिए. So 15th of August, and the year is same. Yes, the same year. 2016. And we will calculate the number of odd days between these two dates. Okay. Now 29th February is already over. Okay. So I'll start from March. March has 31 days. March, April, May, June, July, and 15 days of August. All right. So these are the number of days between these two dates, or after 29th of February till 15th of August. Okay. Now number of odd days here: 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and 1. Now let's make the groups of 7 and eliminate them. So 2 plus 3 plus 2 will make a 7 and will be eliminated. Then the remaining 3, 3, and 1 will make a group of 7 and will be eliminated. So I can say that the number of odd days between these two dates is 0. So number of odd days is 0. So these two dates will have a same day. So Independence Day was celebrated on Monday. So this person must be born on Monday itself. So the correct answer for this question should be option C. And let's see, Priyanshu has given the same answer. Good. And Anusha has given a correct answer. Perfect. So two of you, good going. Now other students must also now focus and try to solve these questions correctly. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 is based on coding and decoding. Not a difficult one. It requires good amount of observation skills, and you'll be able to give me an answer in less than 1 minute. Now in these type of questions, when a word is coded as a number, then generally it is somewhere related to the number equivalents of the alphabets which are used in the word. Okay. So if I talk about this first word, CLAT, okay, CLAT, and write the number equivalents. So C is 3, right? We'll write the number equivalents. L is 12, A is 1, and T is 20. Okay, let us add them and let's see if I'll get any number which is somehow related to 81. So I'll add them. So the sum here is 15 plus 1, 16, and 20. So that is 36 is the sum. Now 36, how is it related to 81? Right now I couldn't understand. So I'll do it for CUCET as well. Okay, so CUCET, 3 plus 21 plus 3 plus 5 plus 20. So the sum here is 27, 27 and 5, 32, 32 and 20 is 52. Now how 52 is related to 49? Again, difficult to look at. Okay. Now 36 and 81. Focusing here. Now 81, you can say that it is a square of 9. Okay. 49 is also a square of 7. So both 81 and 49, I could observe that these are perfect squares and the options are also perfect squares. So it has something to do with perfect squares now. Now 9 square, how did I get 9? 3 plus 6, the sum of the digits here. So 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 ka square is 81. So this is how it is related. Again, 52, 5 plus 2 is 7 and 7 square is 49. So now we are looking at the sum of the digits and usko हमने add किया and got the square of that number. Now, same thing if repeated with IPMAT. So IPMAT, let's write the number equivalence. So 9, I is 9, 16, 13, 1, and 20. Okay, so 25, 38, 39, 59. So 59. Now add these two. So it will be 14, and the square of 14, 196 will be the answer. So Manoti, yes, your answer is absolutely correct. So it should be 196. Not a difficult one for this examination. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4, a question based on blood relations. Now this is coded relationship where you are given that P multiply Q means P is the daughter of Q, P plus Q means P is the father of Q, divide means mother, and minus means brother. So the expression is given to you. You'll have to draw a small family tree using this expression and then find out how is A related to F. All right, Manoti again has given quickest answer. So I'll start with the analysis slowly, and meanwhile, I'm expecting an answer from all of you. Okay. Now, I'll start with A divided by B. So A divide B means A is the mother of B. So A is mother of B. I'll put female in a circle and male in a box. B plus C. That means B is the father of C. So B, father of C. Next is C minus E. C is the brother of E. So C is male, the brother of E. And finally, E multiply F. E is the daughter of F. Now, E is the daughter of F. E is the sister of C as well. So that means since E is the daughter of F, so F will be the wife of B. All right. How is A related to F? Now, A related to F. F's husband's mother. F's husband's mother. So, husband's mother will be mother in law. So, yes, the correct answer is option D. So, Manoti, Anusha, and Sneha, three of you have given a correct answer. Lovely, very good. So, yes, D is the correct answer for this question. Nice. Let's move on to question number 5, and it is based on a different type of coding. Now, these are very easy and very interesting questions. I actually like these questions, and they are actually free marks in the examination. You just need to understand once what is the pattern of this question and the way these questions are to be solved. Okay. Now, generally, we saw these type of questions coming in a form of a set of 3 or 4 questions. I've taken this question, an independent question, okay, just to make sure that all of you will understand the logic behind this. All right, Sneha has given an answer. Good. Anusha says the same answer. Ria, Lovely, very good. Okay, now what we need to do in these questions is basically in these questions, a particular sentence is coded as another sentence. Okay, so in such a scenario, every word has its particular code, but that code is not written at its respective position. So you cannot say that sun is coded as BA, shines is coded as LO. You cannot say that. Okay. So every word has its own code, but that particular code is not written at its respective position. So अब हम कैसे करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन को? We'll look at the common words and the common codes. We'll just compare different sentences. Okay. Now we need to find out the code for sun. So let's check sun kahan pe hai. So sun is here in the first sentence, not in the second sentence, and it is there in the third sentence. Now if I'll compare first and third sentence, then I can see that only sun is common in the sentence. So let's check their code. In the code, LO is common. Only LO is common. So I can say that sun is coded as LO. And if I have such favorable options, my job is done. Okay. So they are asking what are the codes of sun and brightly respectively. So sun is coded as low. So in the options, the first should be LO, low. And there is only one option with this. So the correct answer we can straight away mark as option B, which is correctly given by Sneha, Anusha, Riya, Manoti, Priyanshu, Shrestha, and Shelly. So 7 of you have given a correct answer. Great. Good to see a wonderful response in this lecture. All right. Let's move ahead and look at the next question. Again, based on coding, but certainly a different type of coding. So in a certain language, blacksmith is coded as CNBELUNKUJ. In the same language, children will be coded as which of the following options? All right, Sneha, first one to give an answer. Manoti, same answer. Good. Okay. Now, in this type of coding, one thing can be observed that in the word, the alphabets blacksmith are not in its code. So all these alphabets are not used in the code. So that means this type of coding is certainly related to the number equivalents of these alphabets. So some pattern must be followed. So it might be possible that we have added 1 to all of them. We have subtracted 1 from all of them. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. This may also happen. Okay. So now those who have already given me the answer, can you also write the logic that is behind in this question? Meanwhile, I'll solve it. So BLACK SMITH. The code is CNBELUNKUJ. Okay. Now the logic says that first of all, just check the alternate alphabets. Check the alternate alphabets. So in every alternate alphabet, plus 1 has been done. Okay. So they have written the next alphabet. So B plus 1 is C, A plus 1 is B, K plus 1 is L, M, N, T-U. All right, this is the first thing. Next, in the remaining alphabets, that means starting from second and now every alphabet, they have added 2. So plus 2 has been done. Okay, so the logic is plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 alternately they have done. So similarly for CHILDREN, I'll do the same thing. So C will become D, I will become J, D will become E, and E will become F. Up till this point, let's check the options. So D, J. So option B is eliminated. Then J ke baad E, I'll keep this, and second last should be F. So this is also eliminated and this is also eliminated. So based on just these 4 alphabets, I have eliminated 3 options. So I'm left with option C only, and that is the answer. And that is the correct answer, which is given by all of you. Sneha, Manuti, Anusha, Riya, Shrestha. That's it. Okay. So correct answer is option C. Let's move on to the next question, which is on direction senses. So now in direction senses, drawing a proper diagram, drawing a correct diagram becomes very important because every question will be based on that diagram. Okay, so you must practice how to draw these diagrams. Sometimes you might get confused. Instead of taking a left turn, you will take a right turn, and then the diagram will be wrong and all the questions will be wrong. Okay, so just draw the diagram slowly and carefully. All right, Anusha, good. Manuti says the same thing. Okay, great. So let's get started with this analysis. Now the post office is to the east of the school, while my house is to the south of the school. Okay, so school, let's say this is school. So post office is to the east of the school. So this is post office. Going for conventional directions, north, south, west, and east. While my house is to the south of the school. So this is my house. The distances are not given. Okay. The market is to the north of post office. So this is market. I'll write it as M. If the distance of the market from the post office, this distance is equal to the distance of my house from the school, which does not matter. In which direction is the market with respect to the school? So with respect to school, we have to find the direction of market. Now, since we have to find the answer with respect to the school, so what I do is to make things look easy. With respect to school, find out karna hai, so I'll draw a plus sign on the school and will write these 4 directions: north, south, west, and east. Okay. So now the market is in this quadrant, that means northeast. So yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is northeast. All right. So all of you who have given the answers is correct. Nice. Wonderful. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question, which will come in the form of a set of 3 questions, and it is based on blood relations. Okay, so it is an entire set of 3 questions. But before I'll move on to the next question, I sincerely request all of you to quickly spare out 2 seconds and like this session. Come on, do that. So what all you want, I am delivering it in front of you. I just want the number of likes to be increased. So please do press the like button and we shall continue with this session. All right. So shall we continue? Yes, let's go ahead and look at the next set. So directions for question number 8 to 10. I will wait. I'll stop on this for 1 minute. We'll let you draw the entire diagram, the entire family tree. As soon as you are done drawing this family tree, please post done in the chat box, and then I shall have an analysis of this set, and then we'll take you to the questions one by one. Now, there are some professions which are attached to these people, as well as they are related in some manner. So they are in a same family. So you can post done in the chat box as soon as you're done drawing this entire diagram, and then we'll start with the analysis of this. Now you have to take care about the gender of all these people. Okay, so you cannot assume the gender of any person if it is not given in the question. All right, so Manoti, first one to finish this. Manoti, I'll wait for another minute, and then we'll take you to the analysis of this one. Shubhra is also done. Dhanshri is also done. Okay, so let us start with the analysis. So I'll go very slowly, okay, and we'll try to draw the family tree, and we'll also write the professions with them. Okay, so there is a group of 6 persons, P, Q, R, S, T, and U, from a family. So all of them belong to a family. Anusha and Khyati are also done. Great. Now they are, so their professions are given. Okay. Now physiotherapist, manager, lawyer, architect, doctor, and engineer. So these are 6 professions related to the 6 persons which are given up there. Now, looking at this condition, it says that the doctor is the grandfather of you. So doctor is a grandfather, so doctor has to be a male. So doctor will be a male. I'll write the name of this person later on. So doctor will be male and is grandfather of you. So you will come 2 generations below him. Okay. So you, let's draw you at this place. Okay. Gender of you is not known, but it is given that you is a physiotherapist. Okay, so you is a physiotherapist. So physio लिख देते हैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ. All right. So doctor is the grandfather, will be a male of you who is a physiotherapist. Okay, so you is gone from here, physiotherapist is gone, and doctor is gone. Right. Next, the manager S is married to P. So S and P are married, and S is a manager. So S and P can be grandfather, grandmother also, or they can be father or mother also of you. So I'll keep it as it is. Abhi, I'm not using this condition. R is the architect, is married to the lawyer. So architect and lawyer are married. अब ये grandfather तो नहीं हो सकता इनमें से कोई, because grandfather तो doctor हो गया है. So I can say that architect and lawyer are married and they can be the parents. So let's write them. So architect, who is R, is married to the lawyer. I still don't know who among them is husband, who among them is wife, because genders are not mentioned here. Okay, so architect is married to the lawyer and R is the architect. Now Q is the mother of T and U. अब ये थोड़ा सिंपल हो जाएगा. So Q is the mother. एक यहाँ पे ही blank था. So R will become father of U and T. All right. Okay. And it was given that there are two married couples, so there must be two married couples. So at the top there must be another married couple, grandmother. Okay, so among them a grandmother kaun hoga? Let's check it out. So one condition I have left, the manager S is married to P. So S is a manager, so that will be the wife of the doctor. So manager is S and is married to P. So P will become doctor, who will be the grandfather. All right, यहां तक clear है. अब एक profession बचा है, which is engineer, and only one person is left. So T will be an engineer. All right. Now please mention if you have drawn the same diagram, yes or no. Come on, tell me. So doctor and manager are husband and wife, P and S. They are grandfather and grandmother. Their child, architecture, okay, and architect, that will be R, and architect's wife will be lawyer, that is Q, and their children are U and T. Now one thing important, the gender of U and T is not given. Okay, U and T ka gender nahi pata hame, right? Okay, now this will be the final diagram that we have just seen, and let's move on to the questions one by one. So all of you mark an answer for each of these questions. So first question, what is the profession of T? What will be the profession of T? Come on. Which of the options will be correct? What is the profession of T? Now looking at the family chart, we have already seen that the profession of T is an engineer. So the correct answer in this case will be option B. Yes, all of you are absolutely correct. It is option B. Now Priyanshu, profession of T we have to calculate. P is doctor, who is the grandfather. I hope you are clear with this. So the correct answer for this will be option B, that is an engineer. Question number 9. How is P related to T? Come on, all of you mark your answer. How is P related to T? Come on, give me an answer for this one. How is P related to T? Okay, great. Now, if I look at this chart, P is male at the third generation and T at the bottommost generation. So P is the grandfather of T. So the correct answer will be option A. Okay. Now, if I would have asked, how is T related to P? How is T related to P? Iska completely opposite question. How is T related to P? Now, since the gender of T is not known, T can be either grandson or granddaughter of P. Okay, so in that case, we cannot certainly say if T is grandson or granddaughter. Be careful about these things. Okay, last question. Question number 10. How many male members are there in the family? Quickly post your answers. How many male members are there in the family? Exactly. Great. So how many male members are there in the family? Looking at this chart, since we don't know about the genders of U and T, so we cannot be certain about the number of males or females in the family. So yes, absolutely correct. The answer will be option D, that is cannot be determined. Right? So Shelly, no, answer will not be 3. Shelly, look at this diagram. Since the gender of U and T are unknown, U or T ka gender nahi pata na, so you cannot be certain about the number of males and females, right? So the answer will be cannot be determined for this one. Am I clear to all of you? Yes or no? Okay, great. So friends, that is all from my side for the day. I hope you like this session, and in case somebody has not pressed the like button, please do that immediately. Now, this is the list of next 5 sessions that will be there in front of you. For 9th of June, that is tomorrow, I am coming back again with a session on algebra. Algebra is considered as one of the most difficult topics, and tomorrow as well as on 13th of June, I'll be continuing with algebra. So tomorrow as well as 13th of June, I'll be coming ahead in front of you with these sessions on algebra, where I'll be discussing some concepts, some important concepts, as well as some difficult questions from this topic. Okay, so this is the entire list. Now the second part of today's session will be conducted on 12th of June, again at the same time, which will be logical reasoning score maximizer part 2. All right. So up ahead in the next 5 sessions, I'll have 3 sessions already planned. So one of them will be part 2 of this session, and the other 2 sessions will be based on algebra. All right. So we'll see you again. Don't forget to also join us for IPMAT Rohtak 2022 first impression and detailed analysis on 26th of June. So on the day of the examination, we'll be conducting a complete detailed analysis for this examination. And similarly for IPMAT Indore examination, we'll be doing a proper analysis on 2nd of July. So I hope all of you will join us for the live analysis. So you can subscribe our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep, IPMAT, CUET, and for all the other BBA examinations, and press the bell icon. Don't forget to do that, because by pressing the bell icon, you will keep on getting all the notifications of the upcoming sessions. You can follow us on Insta, like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel, and download our app from Google Play. So that's all from my side, my dear friends. Thank you very much for being such a lovely interactive crowd. We'll see you once again. Have a good day. Bye bye.